Just a little bit different in style. I think every European ended up getting the one for the flask. Alright, so let's see how we go here. As Ashka coming in here, trying to M1 trade a little bit. Shifu uses his M2 to come in right away. The panic hits, and Ashka trying desperately to get away. And dodges the stun with the spear throw. That was really awesome there by Jelly Guy. And so Shifu trying to come on again, but gets feared away. So a little bit of a reset. The counter does not trigger. Now's the opportunity for them to put a little bit of damage here onto Shifu. Shifu is going to incapacitate. Incapacitate almost immediately broken, though, as the barrier comes out. There's a deadly inject. Petrify. Deadly inject back onto the blue. The ultimate coming out here. I'm going to zoom out just a bit. The ultimate came out onto Ashka. Ashka going to get away from that just a bit. Going to space around. Does hit to put the ignite on. And the deadly inject just barely missing. I think the red team ended up taking that orb. And now the barrier onto Shifu and disengages all around as the incapacitates came out. I'm sure they're going to grab those. Yeah, they end up grabbing the small orbs. And so here we go back in the M1 trades. The Petrify does hit. We should see some... Oh, deadly inject ends up hitting. And after the spear throw ends up hitting, we see Ashka diving in deep, trying to get onto this Lucy. Lucy able to roll away, dodge a few of them, but Shifu putting big damage onto the blue Lucy. Blue Lucy taking big damage. Ultimate coming out. Her roll is down. She's trying to heal through the ultimate. Not going to be able to, as Ashka tried to knock her back with the E, but was just not able to, and not able to finish off the red team Lucy. The Petrify coming out. Let's see what ends up happening. They're just going to go for the middle. Oh, he just missed. He stepped in front of it, and Shifu ends up taking a hit. So they're not able to get incapacitate to help reset things. Going to have a heal come out. There's a firewall trying to throw out. And I think, man, I think the firewall might need to come into play here a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure what to do here. But wow, that was really good here by Jelly Guy and Glorious Gilmore. Are these names that you guys recognize at all? I've never heard of any of these players, but man. So my guess is Shifu got the one where you get 3 charges. Yep, gets 3 charges. The shield, kind of expected that. The snare, all right. Is it called fading snare? What do they call it? Flex 30% snare. Oh, this one's just snare. Okay. And let's see, what does the red team Lucy get? She ends up getting the heal more. Interesting, because I don't think they necessarily needed more healing, but she feels she wants to be able to put a little bit more healing out there, so that way she can maybe spend more time doing it. I don't know, but we'll see. So the panic does hit. Shifu going to be coming onto Ashka. Ashka going to try to back out, but the lance, or I'm sorry, the spear throw is going to be able to do it. There's the firewall. I was thinking firewall might become part of it, and you know what? Maybe they need to use a little bit more of his EXQ to petrify the Shifu as Shifu comes on. We'll see. It does hit the counter just barely. The stun doesn't hit as he immaterializes. The dash away, able to grab a couple of the small orbs, dashing back onto the Shifu. Shifu does not get countered, or the counter does not get activated. Does hit one of his M2s, allowing him to get the ignite. There's Petrify, Deadly Inject, a couple M1s. The sphere will be picked up by the red team. Ultimate is had by Blue Ashka. Blue Ashka going to jump in here, takes a little bit of pressure, hits the stun, and hits the ultimate. The Petrify coming out, putting a bit of damage onto Shifu. Shifu is not going to trigger the counter, but taking quite a bit of damage now from those M2s. Going to back up as the Petrify was hit onto the blue team Lucy. The stun just barely misses, and the red team is able to snag a sphere again. So red Shifu does have his ultimate. We'll see if he ends up using it or if he ends up using some form of... And there it is. He does proc the counter and uses it almost immediately. The barrier, though, is going to absorb most of it and doesn't have an escape. Going to have to try to heal through that, putting them in a bad spot as it's zoning them across from each other. Lucy taking a ton of damage. Here's the ultimate out, and she's going to use her barrier trying to get out and also put a little bit of pressure on the rushing Shifu. Shifu's going to hit the spear throw, incapacitates, getting very low, and is able to step in front, and I think can barely save him. There's the ultimate barrier going to come out, getting very, very low, down to 40 health. Now 57 after they get that middle sphere, and he's going to grab a couple more healths, getting topped off to 69 as Ashka coming in trying to put in a little bit of damage. However, it ends up putting Lucy in a bad position. The fireball's coming out. Does have the barrier though, so not going to really take any damage. As Igniter coming in, taking a couple M1s from Lucy and not able to hit the double ultimate. I think does get one of them. Going to get feared away. Deadly Inject just barely misses. The stun coming out. He is able to get it, so good job by the blue Ashka as Ashka trying desperately. Well, I keep saying blue Ashka because last game there was 2 Ashkas, and I don't need to say blue Ashka. There's only 1 Ashka. Why do I keep saying blue Ashka? I got too used to it from last game. Sorry. Just realized I'm doing that. So 2 rounds in a row here for Got Shifu. What do they need to adjust here? What can they do? I mean, they gotta do they ignore the Shifu for now and just go for Lucy? I know tunneling isn't always the best idea. It looks like he picked up the thing so the firewall turns into firestorm bolts. Maybe use firewall a little bit more and. Man, I don't know. I don't have a good idea of what to do. But let's see if the blue team's going to be able to bring it back. Xerxes going to have to take a round here to, I think, just for a little bit of confidence boost. But we'll see what they do as Ashka is very out in the front. The firewall coming out. I hate how firewall shakes my screen. Anyways, the Jeeps jumps around the portal. She uses it to knock it back, but the red team, it looks like they... Oh, no, they didn't steal it. I think the blue team ended up getting that. A lot of damage coming out here. The barrier is out, so now is the time for them to go hard on this Lucy, because the barrier's down. There's the ultimate, and a couple M1s coming out. Incapacitate, going to be setting up. The barrier, though, from blue Lucy. And then healing up. The stun into M2s. He gets Ignite onto both characters. That is very good. He's going to be able to put out some big damage. Those M1s doing so much damage. The Ignite is still on, I think. And there's the kill. So good job here by Xerxes to get that kill onto Lucy. And ulting away is going to stop the ultimate. Petrify is out. They're going to be able to set this up. Tries to push him into the wall, do a little bit of damage. The Spear Throw coming in. He has another ultimate that he was able to pick up from his teammate. The counter does not go off, though, so he is at 113 health. That is 25% of the team's total health. There's the Spearmaster spin to win. He's pushed out of there, and he ends up stealing the orb. But I don't know, is it too little too late? It looks like it is. Very hard to come back when when the enemy team has over 80% of their combined health, and it's 2v1. I guess maybe if one of them is at like 10 health and the other's full health, I don't know. Had to take a drink again here, guys. Sorry. If you hear me go quiet for a second, it's probably because I'm drinking or yawning. For some reason, when I shoutcast for a long period of time, I think maybe I don't breathe properly, and it makes me have to yawn. I don't know. Anyways, so blue team does get there. That's Team Xerxes does get their first win, which is very good. So it's 1-2. It was looking pretty commanding there earlier, but they responded very well. He has the shield. The barrier hasn't coming out yet from Lucy. Let's see if it comes out here sooner. Maybe it has. There's the barrier from Lucy. Going to knock back the Shifu. And Igniter, I'm sorry. Oh, man, Ashka jumping on. Will they be able to steal this? It looks like the red team possibly got that. It was hard to see who got that. I'm not 100% sure. Incapacitate, though, coming out onto the Lucy. Good ultimate to reposition himself. Got the double ult and comes back to his healer. So... great reposition. However, the counter going off onto Lucy. Lucy's getting spun on. The barrier's going to push back a little bit. Rolls out. Uses the barrier. Ends up actually taking very little damage. The goo, unfortunately, just barely wasted. There's a great disarm. No, disarm's not the right word. A great break of the Petrify, though, by the Lucy. By the red team Lucy, that is. There's the firewall out here from Ashka. Ashka putting out some pretty big damage there on the Shifu. Shifu, though, going to be able to steal... but 2 health orbs picked up. There's the counter. The stun go out, just barely missing. And the the shield coming about, but immediately dispelled by the red team. And that is not good as the Deadly Inject is going to get the kill. That was an immediate dispel of the barrier. And I actually think it was on accident because it looked like she was trying to use the flask to push Ashka closer to Shifu, so Shifu would for sure continue to have the damage. And before it hit, the barrier went on, the barrier got taken off, and then Ashka took almost all that damage. So that was really unfortunate for Team Xerxes, but very fortunate for Team, what is the team name again here? Got Shifu, that's right. But man, hey, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, you know? What do you do about that? There's nothing you can do. And that right there, I think, won that fight because they end up getting a deadly inject after that. And then immediately after that, she basically died because it was at like 10% health, and another deadly inject, I think, ended up being the kill. So Shifu's going to avoid the stun by using his space. The barrier is going to last. Jumps in deep onto the Lucy. However, blue team Lucy was pushed out from a fear, and again, not hitting that counter. That is very good. The spear throw just barely missing. As they re-come towards the middle, and they push it. They push it away. Oh no! The red team stole it. I think the red team stole it. Like they decided not to hit it or something, and the red team was able to get the hit. I think that was a big misplay. That could completely change the outcome of this, in my opinion. That's a lot of energy, and that's a lot of health that didn't end up going to the blue team, and blue team had the complete control of that. Really unfortunate, though, from the blue team. As you see it push back now, I'm sure they're going to get this one, and there they go. They do get that one, so it brings them back into the match, 72 to 88%. And now it's 75 to 72. So really good job here. The Petrify coming out. The stun is going to hit. Then a lot of damage coming out from the M1s. However, blue team Lucy going to get incapacitated. I'm sure we're going to see some damage follow up. The barrier to push him away. Some heals coming out. Ashka, oh, the Petrify. Good job taking quite a bit of the pressure off of herself, but trying desperately basically to survive longer than the other one. Ends up rolling, I think, into the ultimate. There's the stun. The stun doesn't hit as the spear throw again just barely misses. Lucy trying desperately to heal through. Blue team Lucy taken out. Can get maybe a double ult here that might help out, but they're going to back up after that incapacitate. Not able to push him into that stun. That was a very good try. And it looks like the red team was able to steal that too. So there's the double ult coming out. Will he be able to get the pressure as he's healing? Has the healing from the, I can't remember what it's called, but basically your M1s heal and they add ignite. So going to grab a couple of health. He's at 52%. How's he at 52%? That means he was above, well, they probably have different health values. There we go. Okay, man, I almost was like really dumb there. And it looks like he's going to be able to get another double ult along with the orb. Gets petrified. And a little bit of damage coming out here. He's actually in pretty good position here as the stun does go out. Pushes him into the goo. Double pushes him into the goo. And another push into the goo. Lucy is taken out. What a huge play here as the firewall coming out. Trading M1s desperately. He wasn't able to have the EX. Doesn't proc it. The E almost pushes him in. He gets the orb. The ultimate coming out. Oh, 2v1. 2v1. Oh. That was sick by Binary. Oh my gosh. I basically gave up 2v1. Oh man. Binary just went ham, y'all. Binary went ham. Oh, that was sick. Can they ride this wave? That was awesome. Shifu coming in, trying to shut him out, saying, listen, man, that was a fluke. You didn't get that 2v1. We gave it to you. That's what he's trying to say right now. But right now, Lucy and Binary are fighting back as Shifu taking quite a bit of damage. Shifu is going to get the focus onto Lucy. Just barely misses an M2, though, which is good for the blue team, as a lot of M1s being hit here onto Lucy on the red team, and Lucy on the blue team still almost full health. But Jelly Guy does have the ultimate. We might be able to see a double ultimate again here. No, Asha is going to decide to just go on the red team Lucy and try to poke just a little bit for his teammate to relieve a little bit of the pressure. But you see Lucy getting desperately low. The incapacitate. Now the jump onto blue Lucy. Ashka trying to come in here using his M2. Not going to hit the counter. And now again putting that pressure right back onto the red team Lucy. I really love the way he's using this firewall. I think it's really helping out his team. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the heal. Those to Petrify. That's huge. They're going to get the orb. That's huge. Blue team riding this wave. Keep it going. Ashka, you are doing it, brother. There's the ultimate coming out. Not going to do too much damage, though, because of the barrier from Lucy. The fear is going to push him back, but he's able to relocate with his space, trying again to get on to that Lucy. He's having a really hard time, though. The red team is playing quite a bit more passive than usual here. And now we see the Shifu going on. The stun's not going to hit, and we might... No, we're not going to see an ultimate. He has almost no energy, but good job using that firewall, putting out a ton of damage. Shifu, though, is going to turn around. He's going to get pushed back. Barrier coming out. Leaps back onto that Lucy. Lucy, the goo coming out. Will the Q push her back in? Lucy is taken out. Aaron has the fear. Hits Shifu now. Shifu, you got your chance for a 2v1. You got the chance for the 2v1. Can you do it? He ends up getting the sphere. There's the firewall coming out. Not going to hit the counter. Comes in. Doesn't use his ultimate quite yet. Spaces in. Uses the M2. There's the spin. Is going to use the EXQ to petrify him and stop the ult. And they bring it even. I'm going to check chat because I want to see if chat went nuts for that 2v1. That was ridiculous. This is why this Ashka is 5k plus. Oh my goodness. Is she really? So 5k? Whoa. All right, let's see. I can't believe the chat didn't go nuts for that. That was bananas to me. All right, Ashka going to put a little bit of pressure. Going to disengage, though, as they weren't able to really get on there hard. The Shifu is going to dodge that stun. Barrier coming out, a couple M2s. The panic does hit both of them. We'll see who gets this orb as... Oh, looks like the red team got it. Lucy just barely missed her M1 for the blue team, but it wasn't her fault. She was just a bit out of range. The M2's coming on Lucy. Incapacitate, but the barrier there is going to keep her safe. Keep him safe, Ashka. As Shifu trying to get back in onto this blue team. Lucy using the Q to peel kind of for his teammate. Here comes the firewall. I think this is big damage. They're going to wait and get the sphere. I think that's so smart to get the sphere. As pushes away, gonna ultimate to get the double ult, stopping the ultimate almost immediately. And there's the double stun. No, just gets the one stun, but a deadly inject, the leap in now. Lucy taking a lot of damage, but the blue Lucy is petrified. And incapacitate now on. So will they be able to get out? There's a petrify. Stun hits. Then there's a damage. The M2 is coming out, not able to hit it. As the blue Lucy taking a lot of pressure, and Shifu does have his ultimate, so maybe using it any time now. Going to use the flash to get a little bit of separation. There's the spin. She's going to roll away, able to avoid a lot of the damage, but getting taken down very low as the red Lucy coming in on top there. Going to be able to put in a bit of damage there with the deadly inject, the stun. The follow-up here as Ashka is basically at full health, which is pretty crazy. And it's going to be good for his team. You see him trying to zone. They pushed the thing away, and it looks like the red team did steal that. Will she drop the goo? Here she is. And a lot of damage coming out from the goo. He's going to stay in there so that way the Shifu cannot really engage. Very close to dying is the M1. The space in does get it. The barrier onto Lucy. Lucy is going to get hit by the stun and the M2s. And they take the lead now for the first time in this match. They were down 2-0. And now they have the lead after such a huge clutch round here by Binary. Oh my goodness. This is nuts. I don't even know what to say right now. I thought for sure this was going to be kind of a stomp after those first two rounds, and this is turning into a game. Now, the blue team Xerxes is on match point. The stun coming in does hit. Couple M1s coming out. The firewall putting out some big damage. End up missing one of those, but that's okay. Trying to get around the corner. Lucy for the blue team trying to get away. The space in. This is the battle for the sphere. Shifu is able to win it. The space is going to push Shifu out. Shifu is going to have to re-engage onto Ashka. Ashka jumping back in, just barely missing that ignite onto Lucy. But Lucy taking a lot of damage here from the ultimate. Going to get petrified and also ends up using her shield to incapacitate. He's going to leap away. Lucy taking tons and tons of pressure, though. Here comes the spin to win. Only really able to hit one person. The petrify coming out. The stun just misses, but blue team Lucy, oh man, the space. Red team Lucy just not able to get away. But Shifu, here's your chance, buddy. Ends up getting the sphere. Can you 2v1? Ashka did it once. Good trance there to not take the damage, but taking a deadly injection and a couple more. Oh, and there's the kill. And Xerxes comes back after they're down 2-0 and gets a huge win. Wow, that was a super awesome game to watch, guys. I hope you liked that.